This is a quick introduction to a 5-foot Kuhlmeyer EBSC single belt machine for very small floor space in your shop. Very elegant machine. We bought a whole bunch of inventory on those and we are selling this at a very lucrative price. And what I will do here is I will give you a quick walk around to show you all the functions of the machine. So first of all, here you have a table with a handle where you can pull it back and forth as you are working with the machine back and forth. This is a standard Kuhlmeyer pressure roll. You can replace this. The machine also comes with a flat pad that where you move this bottom part with those two screws out of the dovetail. A quick demonstration of the dovetail. You just loosen the holders for the dovetail, and then this whole tool slides out, and then you can replace the contact roller with a flat pressure pad which fits exactly into the same into the same pattern. You adjust this to the center of the belt, and then all you need to do is tighten it again. And that gives you the flat piece. Then what comes with the machines are always 3 pads. Our soft ones, the red rubber, the medium, the black rubber, and then the hard felt with the white. And then we also, as an accessory on the machine, we have the stops if you do sheet. This is a thin stop for your thinner gauges, and this is a thicker stop, which you can adjust these, by the way, anywhere here on the slats where you want to work in the middle of the machine, to hold for a quick and very simple adjustment of flat workpiece holding. You have full electrical table movement. The table moves up and down with this button, just like the TBS machines, of course. And the motor for this you see down there with the gearbox. Then you have the belt motor from low speed all the way to high speed. And especially for the low speed, you have the grinding motor sitting over here for kilowatt, with a separate, just like on all Kuhlmeyer machines, with a separate cooling fan for the motors that if you run at low RPM, you still have full cooling on the motor and no overheating. Okay, as we go around the machine, here is very simple with this flag. If your upper limit for the table and your lower limit for the table that you can adjust. On this machine you don't have a left and right because it's so short that it just sits on one element. This plug I will get you a little later. This is the electrical plug where an additional unit deburring head, which is an option, can plug in. Then the electrical cabinet, obviously small machine, very simple. You have your incoming power main switch on the left side. You have 3 fuses, 2 3-phase, 1 2-phase, 2 motor protectors, 2 contactors, each to turn the inverters on, the bigger one for the grinding motor, the smaller one for the table up and down, your emergency PLC, e-stop relay, and your 24-volt power supply. And that is pretty much it on the electrical side. Very, very simple. Then you have your on-off, control voltage on-off. Whenever your control voltage goes off because you have an emergency stop, you need to come around and push this button to turn your control voltage back on. This is your incoming compressed air for the belt tensioning, so that you can adjust your belt tensioning and also release your belt. So, I will turn this off again. And so put this back in here real quick. You want this always forwards. These two screws adjust your pitch on your contact roller, which gives you your belt tracking. So you have full control over your belt tracking. And you want to mount this in the center here. There you go. So then with this here, you have your belt tensioning. Okay. And this, there you can release your belts. These fold open. You have a safety switch on each door, so you can't run the machine with the door open. Those are nice magnetic switches, very easy to adjust and to align. And then you can take your belt and change your belt very, very quickly. So you can see, so this also ultimately makes your grinding belt tension, which you set here on this dial. Okay, and that determines how flexible or how stiff your belt is. So the more you bring this down, the softer your belt gets, and you see how this unit up there then moves. Okay, so that was a little bit improvised. And then, of course, you have here on your control panel, the last button is your E-stop. As to the table moves in and moves out. And you have a total table movement between the front stop and the roller of 29 inches. Of course, if you have something that is 29 inches wide, it will at some point hit in the back. So your space between here and the middle of the belt, or towards the front of the belt, is about 23 inches. The table itself has a size of 20 inches by 59 inches, call it 60 inch, 1.5 meter. Okay, and the total up and down movement of the table is 680 millimeter, 26 inches. Yeah, and then I'm coming back to the plug in the back. So this is your pressure roll piece that works back and forth with a counterweight on the back, so that you can adjust it, whether it's neutral or whether it's lighter, where you have to push down. And then we have here a second head that you can mount with you can either put a flat disc on there for deburring in a circular motion, or this round top brush for circular deburring and edge rounding on the machine. And it simply plugs into that receptacle that I showed you on the back. So this is something that you don't have to order with the machine. You could order that at any given time and just put it on the machine as you need it. Yeah, and that, the last feature maybe that I want to show you, you see that this machine sits just on massive tubes left and right. You can put your forklift forks into that, and that's how you move it easily around the shop and put it in location where you want it. That machine does not necessarily require to be bolted down, but of course it's always safer to do so. I don't know what people are planning to put in weight on here. Obviously, you shouldn't put much more than 150 pounds to 100 pounds on there. And then it is still safe and in balance. The dust collection connects here. You have a 6-inch dust collector here that you can put a duct flange here, where you can put a flexible hose and then go to a wet or a dry dust collector. And that is pretty much the machine in one go around. All you need to know, very simple, easy to maintain. As always with a grinding machine, the best maintenance is to keep it clean, and then it'll last you a long, long time. Thank you.